Welcome. Well, I've made up my mind on this cowl. Let me get this in case we get some chats in here. We're going to build a carbon fiber cowl. So what I need to do is, of course, more sanding. I need to sand this until it's absolutely perfect, the way that it's going to look on the outside. Now, I got some glass, some 6-ounce cloth. Then we're going to make a mold. And then I'm going to take my carbon fiber and build a carbon cowl. And you may ask, well, why am I doing that? This cowl is extremely heavy, just from the wood that I got. It's hey Tony, it's just not good wood. So I feel that it would be best, because I've never done this before on a stunt ship, is to go ahead and make a carbon cowl. So, more sanding. I need this thing to fit absolutely perfect. So this video won't be a long one tonight because there's just a ton of sanding to do. And I'm not going to bore you with sanding. Unless I get it close, and then I can add some resin and some cloth on this, because I have to first fiberglass this. I have to fiberglass this, sand it, prime it, paint it, and get it absolutely slick before I make the mold. So we're looking at a couple-day project on this. But I think it's going to be beneficial. Another Wayne. I take it that you got, wow, there's 21 in here. I take it you guys got the memo that I was starting a stream. I did that early to see if we could get some more people watching the stream, and it looks like it works. Now I got that gap right there. I got to fill that gap. Steve Berry says, one thing about making a composite cowl. I can't read the damn thing across the way. Yeah, I suppose. So I'm not going to be hollowing this. We're just going to leave it solid. It's 2.5 ounces. There's just no way to get it down where it needs to be. So I think I'll cover it with Z-Epoxy. first. And we might glass it, I guess. I don't know. I would say my cowl is going to have to be 4 layers thick. We'll go carbon, glass, or glass, carbon, glass. And as soon as my height gauge gets here, we can put this thing together, because I don't need it apart once I get this thing or carved in. What do you think of that dramatic opening? So we got to fill this somehow. Yeah, let's go over there and get a piece of 64th or 32nd. Really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. If you leave a comment when the video's over, that helps. Super chats help. The views help. And the length of the view helps. Hell, if you're not going to watch this video, just walk away from the computer and leave it on. Let me grab a piece of 32nd. I know I got it here. Stand by. That's 16th. think this is right. Yeah, I have to sand a little bit. Thank you, Wayne. Help keep the channel going. The bad thing is, of course, I guess it's just like everything in life. It's the few that supports the many. Okay, we need a sliver here. We'll have some brittle stuff. Some brittle stuff, boy. It ain't long enough. Okay, I just had the knife in my hand. It didn't fall down. That's unbelievable. All right. There it is. Hey, we got another super chat. Oh, Gary Sinclair, yeah. Thank you, Gary. Okay, let's see if it fits. We need to angle the dangle on the end here. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm adding a piece. I sanded a little to give it a little clearance. We're going to add a piece onto it and then sand it to fit absolutely perfect. Because when I mold this in carbon, I mean, it's there forever. This will be $100 cow. Yep, super chat. I thank you very much for the super chats. That's for sure. It I just I have a hard time doing this all on my own, supporting this channel. Okay. Yeah, it's hot. All right. Let me take that down so you can see what I'm doing. All right, I added this piece right here. Okay. I guess I need to pull it down with the screw to see, make sure that it's down all the way. Actually, what I should do is a super fill trick to make sure that it's perfect. But then, I don't know. We'll make it somehow. I think I will do the super fill trick. That looks pretty good. All this tinkering. Hey, we got a Tony Dallas. Thank you, Tony. All this tinkering takes a lot of time. Best super chat night of the month so far. Hey, another super chat from Roy Lane. Yep, best super chat night of the month. So, in order to get this down, I'm going to have to get my Dremel out and we'll grind that. So it's because, like I say, this has to be absolutely perfect. Before I go any farther. So I got this. I have a sanding drum. I got a sanding drum, but that ain't set up. So I guess we'll use this and see what it does. Hope it don't screw up my $20 bit. Yeah. When I get off here tonight, I'll call Danny and make sure what I got in my mind is going to work. It's either that or call Smooth On and get some rubber, silicone rubber to make the mold with, which might not be a bad idea. No, I think a fiberglass mold would be better. Wait a minute. I got that other stuff. Nope, fiberglass is still going to be better because of the odd shape. Oh well, I'll discuss it with Dan. So you guys will get to see how this is made. And if nothing else, I'll have a cowl that I can put on, but it can't make it work. It'll just be heavy. That looks pretty good. Well, this cowl is going to be carbon fiber, but the mold will be fiberglass. The steps are to perfectly sand this cowl in. Perfect. It has to be perfect because you get one shot to do it. Then we're going to fiberglass this, sand it, finish it. It'll look like plastic when I'm done. Then PVA it. Then lay my composite mold on there. Then pop this out of the mold. I got to make it 3 times. And then put the carbon in the mold. A lot of work. I don't have my height gauge, so I got nothing better to do. We'll do that. Before I go to bed tonight, I'll put some resin on this to harden it up. Still up pretty high. We're going to super fill those there, right there. Wings done, elevator stabilizers done, everything's done except for this piece here. And like I say, I ordered a height gauge off eBay. It was cheap, 25 bucks. And that will be crucial to making this airplane alignment perfect. Perfect. I don't know if I want to monkey with that or not there. Dan, if you're sitting in the chair watching this, call me. Okay, let's hit it with 320. I need to get it hardened up. That's the only problem. I swear the Canadian mail strike must be affecting the United States. Ridiculous. Haven't had mail in a couple of days. I know I got mail coming. Now I could, I don't have enough CA, but I could CA this whole thing and then sand it, then prime it. It has to be finished perfectly. Otherwise, the mold will stick to it. We can't have that. Got to figure out how to make some type of bracing for it. It's an oddball shape. Really oddball. Shouldn't have put that hole in there. I'll plug it up when I mold it. We're going to have to use center to find that hole. It's going to be a bitch. I'm going to do this carbon cowl. It'll be a super nice piece. I'll have paint on it. Nobody even know it's carbon, and nobody will know how much it weighs or nothing. The only way you're going to know that it was done is by watching this. It's just like the tank, you know. I don't know. This weighs an ounce. It may not be lighter. I'll have to rethink this. This is an ounce. I'll have to get the cloth out and weigh it because it'll be double whatever the cloth weighs. And this is not quite as big as this. Usually I can get these down to a half ounce. I got to tell you, it's really hard to get these, to beat balsa wood. Yeah, molded balsa is an idea. I just don't have any good wood for the block here in front, and I would need that. Well, let's see. Yeah, I can't do it. The reason I can't do it, I'd have to build the cowl first and then the airplane around the cowl. Because if I mold it over the top of this, it would be bigger than it's supposed to be. So I'd either have to make this smaller, which would be damn near impossible. I'll have to think about this. When I talk to Dan tonight, I'll ask him what he thinks about. Carbon is cool, but carbon is not is. It would be lighter than this piece of wood. This piece of wood, it weighs 2.5 ounces. I got to get it down to 1/2 ounce. Now that's 2.5 ounces, with nothing cut out of it. So I'm figuring the way that I carve that I could lose probably 1 3/4 ounces off of this. So maybe that's good enough. Let's see exactly what it weighs. 53 grams or 1.85 ounces. Yeah, you know what? I can go ahead and hollow this because I can get 1.85. Let me get my phone and figure this weight out. Yeah. 1.85 divided by 2. So I could get it at, with not much work, I could get it at just over or just under 1 ounce. Could I get more out of it? This is all hard wood here. I mean, it's hard. Well, it'd be a lot easier to carve this than set up to build a whole carbon cowl. I could just make another one. You don't have the wood, you don't have the wood. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and I'll carve this thing and see what I can get it. If I can't get it down to 1/2 ounce. So 1/2 ounce is 15. If I can't get it down to 22 grams, we'll have to make one out of carbon or glass or something. So this puppy's at 52. I got to take 30 grams off of it. 30 grams. That's a long ways. That's a long ways. I guess I could dip this out too. I could pencil. Get rid of this plywood over here. That would help out a lot. I don't want to make this any more difficult for me than I have to, but it has to be right. You know, I just there's no sense in building these things as lumber wagons. Well, I talked to Mark. He's got my Dr. Pepper airplane ready to go as soon as we get some decent weather. $30 grams. Got to get an ounce off of it. I just don't see it. Well, let's give it a whirl. I'm not going to cut that hardwood with the loop because it would probably screw things up. So we'll use the cut-saw bit. Oh yeah, there'll be a hole in the cowl for the engine. You got to have that. Yeah. Not as much as you think. Yeah. I'll know in a minute here if I can get 30 grams off of it. It's going to take some time, but it's hard. I guess if I thought I was going to build this tail heavy, I could just leave this wood in here, but I know better. Let's see how much weight we've taken off so far. Remember, I got to get 30 off. Started out at 52. 52. Took 10 grams off, 42, so I got to take 12 more off of there. No, more than that. Yeah, let's see. 18 more. That might be difficult. We shall see. Let's see where we're at for weight here on the whole thing. Ah, bitch. 8.9. So I got to take a little over an ounce off of it. Going to be in the high 7s. Coming out nice, though. Going to be a good airplane. If I can get everything to work. All right. I really appreciate you guys with the super chat. You have no idea how much that helps. Helps the channel, helps me resupply sandpaper, glue, whatever. Without your support, I can't. I'm not working anymore, so I can't continue to buy this crap. Going in debt with stun hanger and going in debt with this just got to take a second job or take another job to keep up, and that might happen after the first year when things open up because the economy will start rolling again. I might do that. Try to gain a little edge. Work for another year. I'll be old then, but shit, I can do it. I'm not. I probably could go another 10 years. My dad went till he was 92. Alrighty, like, subscribe, share. We'll be back tomorrow with some more of this. I'll figure out where we're headed on this. I think I don't know. I think that a molded cowl just might be just too heavy. If I can get this down to 3/4 of an ounce, I can't make a cowl. I don't believe for 3/4 of an ounce. Considering that this is an ounce. I mean, yeah, granted, there's some aluminum tube in it, but this is this size. This is an ounce. I bet it's going to be 2 ounces. I bet it'd be just as heavy. And you got to have. Could you go thinner if you fiberglass the outside of the finish and then finish? Well, yeah, possibly. I'm going to fiberglass the outside of this to make it durable, so then I can, grind it a little thinner. But trying to get down to 3/32 of an inch, and we got a long ways to go. I mean, a long ways. This is 3/16 right here. Actually, it's 1/8 inch. So if I get everything down to this, that's 5/16. It's just a lot of work. And I can do anything. It's just how much effort do I want to put into it? Oh no, got a dent there. Must have dented it with the Dremel. Get some water and steam and see if I can get it steamed out. Probably not. It's right on the edge. But we'll think of something. Look at that. It came right out. Came right out. Just gonna have to be more careful. A little dent right on the edge there. Just got it with some water and hit it with my monocoque gun. Gonna be beautiful. Dry the water up. I don't want the wood to swell. It'll be fine. Well, back to what I was doing. I was getting ready to close this out. Thank you for the super chats. We had, let me mention them and then we'll close it out. We had, from the start, we had Wayne Rice. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Wayne. Then we had Gary Sinclair. Thank you for the $20 super chat, Gary. Tony Dallas. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Then Roy Lane. Thank you for the $20 super chat. And that concludes the end of the show. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll be back tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See you. Come on. Come on.